Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna move on to story 3, personal favorite, because I should be a victim of this. So, Shein owner was fined 1.9 million for failing to notify 39 million users of data breach. Now, interesting story. This is a data breach from 2018, and it's putting Shein under the spotlight. Shein has recently also been, like shamed for the worker conditions that have been going on. But I would like to say, I remember walking into work one day and Steve's like, "Hey, do you know Shein?" And I was like, "Yes." And then he's like, "We just got a hack notice that they got popped." And I was like, "Oh." So I knew through hack notice that Shein was popped, but they didn't disclose anything to me. So I personally feel that my data is out there and I'm a victim of this situation. What are your thoughts?
I looked it up. It's out there.
Yeah. So I feel like 1.9 million for 39 million.
Fucked up.
That's like, what is that? That's like 2 cents a user. That's absurd. Like, talk about an ineffective. Plus, they're in fast fashion. Like 1.9 million is like a Monday.
Mhm.
Like, I'm glad they're being fined, but come on, can we have some real consequences to data breaches?
To be a little bit fair, that's New York only. So I was going to bring
Well,
this
no,
up.
but that's the only fine they've received.
Yeah.
No one else
Right.
is
So why? Yes, I would agree. Why isn't everybody else coming up with 1.9 for each state? And let's go back to our first story. The CSO never went to jail for this.
This is not throw people in jail. This is hold companies accountable until the cost of not disclosing and not protecting is so high, you actually do something about it. If I see this, I say, cool, I'm going to not invest in my security department, because worst case scenario, it's like 1.9 million. That's like, for Shein, they're like, oh, great. Like, let's unfund the security department. Let's just plan on being breached, and then we'll just pay the fine.
We don't have paid fake hackers to deviate the investigation this time. You gotta give them that.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't pay any hackers. They only paid the state of New York 1.9 million for 39 million people's information.
Well, that's a detail.
I would take that money. Like, if the state of New York wants to sell me 39 million people's information at 2 cents a pop, sure, I'll take it.
And why isn't every state also joining in on this, right? And you said it, because they're not interested. But that's, we got to get there, right? We have to hold them accountable. Exactly what you said.
Especially foreign corporations. Like, I'm more mad about the US putting a US CISO in jail for a US data breach. Like, if you're going to have any consequences, it should be a Chinese company leaking US records. Like that's where, like, stiffer penalties for international companies coming in and fucking shit up, right? Like, you just can't do that.
And their revenue in 2020 was $10 billion.
Right.
That's huge. That's huge. So I'm gonna give another caveat to the story as well. Like, it explicitly calls out, New York prosecutes these people left and right, right? They get their fines, etc., but they also don't publicly disclose the data.
Right. Yeah.
Which I think is interesting, right? Like, the rest of the states
Very
do.
interesting.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
very
they go
interesting.
after the fines, they go after everything. Like, we need an open data system so everybody's sharing data.
Well,
that's what we're all about.
Neither does GDPR. For all that the EU says they do to protect the consumer, they never let the consumer know who's leaking their data. So if you live in Europe, you can't make an informed choice. if Ryanair could allegedly be leaking your data every Tuesday, right? Like data leak Tuesday, hey, here's some more data. And you'd never know because the GDPR never discloses. Allegedly.
Just-
Allegedly.
Did you just create a new hashtag, Data Leak Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Just want to make sure.
Party hard.
So, I mean, like, is it possible they know my pant size by now?
You know, everyone knows my pant size.
I know.
From
but no-
Bonobos.
Yeah.
Yeah, bonobos. Yeah, so like, welcome to the club. Like,
Let's go. They know my pant size.
bonobos leaked everything, including like gift cards and sweet little notes from like people that sent me gift cards.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop commenting at this time.
I want to know what those notes must.
Happy birthday.
Hope you don't commit.
Happy birthday, sweetie.
Oh.
Like all of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Well, that's unfortunate. We're gonna move on to story number 4.